Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where you're guaranteed to get a veteran's opinion and you're going to like it whether you like it or not. No, how did I screw it up? I knew I was going to
No,
screw it
no,
up.
no, that was great. You're gonna like it whether you like it or not, dude.
That
That's
was-
fucking golden. We need to put that on a t-shirt, and we need to start selling that t-shirt over there at pullthepinalready.com, and that's how we're gonna start monetizing this show. We're gonna
I,
start selling. You're gonna like it whether you like it or not t-shirts, and it's gonna take off like wildfire. I'm telling. That's you
I,
just.
I don't even think I'll
Yeah.
remember to put it on the shirt right.
You just signed your own check, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, appreciate your optimism, but I don't think that's going to happen. But welcome back anyway. And thanks for joining me. And again, welcome Johnny, Christine, and all the other silent listeners that don't want themselves to be known. We appreciate you too. We really do this for us, but you're here too, so we'll acknowledge you. Anyways, yeah, what was I talking about? I don't know. We just lost all our t-shirt sales. Uh, so I'm not sure. Yeah, we're not going to do any headlines for this one. We decided, right? We're not going to do headlines. We're just going to pull some headlines live, I guess, off of what we need.
Live.
Yeah, we're going to pull some live headlines or something. I don't know how that works. So that's what we're going to do. And I figure if we
We
talk,
get to talk about drones now.
yeah, I don't know if that's the first one we're going to pull or what. I don't know if I can even find it because I've already screwed it up. Yeah, all right, here you go. I don't know if this will work, but we'll slide it in here. I've got some headlines here from one of our favorite places here. I think, can you see that better?
Ground news.
Ground News. I like
I
Ground
like
News.
Sky News.
Sky News.
Yeah, it's like ground, but
Oh,
windy.
right. That's actually a show, though, Sky News. You know that, right?
Is it really?
Yeah, there is a Sky
Oh,
News. Actually,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, so this is what we were talking about. That's not what we were talking about. Where's the drones? Okay. We're looking at headlines there in the drone headline area. I don't know why Trump stuff came up because we were talking about drones.
Because they know
That
you're a groupie.
Right, because yeah, that's my boy, man. So drone sightings lead to airspace shutdown at Ohio military base, arrest near Boston airport. That's nothing. Trump on New Jersey drones. Biden wants to keep people in suspense. I mean, look at all these things. Trump says Biden knows the truth about mysterious drones. Drones over U.S. shows gaps in airspace security. New case judge about whatever. Public asked to calm down over drone sightings. I don't, and this is coming from the federal authorities, right?
Right.
Tell us
And
to
look,
calm
look,
down.
I gotta say this, okay?
Yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason why these drones showed up where they showed up. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I agree. Let me, oops.
I mean, because they
You
the
see my,
drones aren't going to show up down here in South Carolina
but what do you think the reason is then?
because South Carolina has guns. Okay, you put one South Carolina redneck up under that thing, going, "God dang, Bo, you see that some bitch up there?" And it's going to catch, a 40-round magazine from some hillbilly's AK.
Well, they were talking about their size of SUVs and stuff. So that might
Oh
be
yeah,
fun to
so
shoot at.
right, and that's what I didn't get at the very beginning of this, because you and I were kind of talking about this offline, and I saw this one headline where because there've been sightings of them, I guess, on the Virginia coast now as well,
Yep. Yep.
um, and this guy was talking about they were the size of small pickup trucks, and I was like, holy shit, because I didn't realize they were that big because I wasn't watching it uber closely. I honestly, at the very beginning, I assumed this was another one of those, the Chinese weather balloon
Right.
thing from not that long ago. I just figured, it was the sequel, Chinese weather balloon 2, you know, but you know, and even if it's not Chinese Weather Balloon 2, it's just because it's not a sequel doesn't mean it's not the same, you know. And I don't. Why haven't we fucking shot these things down yet?
Well,
If they're that big,
one of the arguments is the payload.
unidentified, who
The
gives a shit?
payload. They don't know what's on them. What if you shoot them down and they're full of chemical, gases and stuff like that. Now,
Okay, well, at least you know where it came from now.
well, yeah, but you just risked the lives of lots of people. Why is my head so
Mm,
darn?
d-
Anyways, whatever, man. I'm gonna leave it.
d-
Um, yeah, that's what they're worried about is the payload, and they're coming down, and now all of a sudden you got a problem because you got all these people exposed to whatever's in them. What if it's a EMP? What if it's a small nuclear thing or something
okay,
inside? You
so
know?
okay, so this thing's the size of an S10, let's say. Okay, so you fly a Chinook up there, open up the back door, back into it, close it up, and fly off with the motherfucker.
Do you make this sound like a video game? Like I don't,
It
I don't
is.
know if that's
Is
even
this not? Is
possible.
this not Rainbow Six?
I'm not. I'm just saying I don't know if it's
I
even
mean,
possible.
I don't know if that's physically impossible either. But I mean, I see that as a better alternative than just letting the motherfucker sit up there and do whatever it's going to do.
Well, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
and
it's
then
like,
too.
and that scene in Independence Day when those little baby ships are breaking off the motherships and they're all circling over all the major cities. What happened after they all just were left alone long enough to get in place and do everything they wanted to do? They annihilated all the fucking cities. So I say cut them off before they get a chance to get their ideal placement for whatever it is that they're fucking wanting to do.
Well, and also too.
Obviously, it's not there for anything other than nefarious purposes, right?
Sure.
Because if that were the case, they would have announced themselves, whoever they are.
Right. Well, I think they is the government, but you're right too. And apparently, like
Oh,
one of
you
the
think they're
narratives,
domestic drones?
well, it's no technology that anybody has. Apparently, either hobbyists or civilian wise, or they're even saying they're not. Originally, they were saying that our government didn't even have this technology. I find that hard to believe because we've been using drones overseas for a bit now.
Right. I mean, I've
But
launched a few of those drones,
but
and
even like you're
that
saying,
was 2004.
one of the original arguments is that Iran had a mothership or whatever, and somehow
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
launched 2 weeks ago, and it's in the ocean, and they're coming from there. Well, right there. Why don't you shoot it down over the ocean? Why don't you fly over the ocean? Because these drones can't just go from nowhere to nowhere. They've got to be coming from somewhere. So why wouldn't we send
Right.
ships or planes out to find out where they're coming from?
Well, here's my thing. It's like, okay, so even if you don't want to fuck with it because you don't know what the payload is, blah, 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 I would send, a Kiowa or something up there. Just sit there, watch it,
Yeah.
follow it, figure out where it goes. And I would let it know goddamn good and well that I'm sitting there watching it. Like, I want you to see me seeing you because that motherfucker's going to have to go home at some point. It needs a refuel, a recharge, or whatever. It's
Don't
going to
we
have
have
to go
drones?
back to somewhere at some point. No, no, no.
Dude,
I want it. Yeah.
but I'm
Well,
saying
yeah, I
my
get
little
you.
hobby drone apparently can highlight an item and it can follow it. Like, do you
Oh,
not
right.
think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
our drones can do that? Like, how hard would it be to just put a drone
I don't
up
know.
and follow that drone?
I like the drama of a human presence. I just like to be a
And
little
I
extra.
concur. Like, I understand it. Just so either way you look at this is tremendously scary to me because either the government doesn't know what it is and we are all at risk, or the government does know what it is and they're just outright lying to us and we got to figure out why. Those are the only two
We should
scenarios.
go file a Freedom of Information Act
Yeah, FOIA, right?
request.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're not going to give it to you, right? It's
I know, but
classified.
it's funny.
Right. Well,
I
I
don't
agree.
care.
So, what do you think? Give me your best conspiracy, man. What do you think they're doing?
I think it's extraterrestrials.
Really? I mean, I like a good conspiracy, but I'm not
Well, you
convinced
said
yet.
my bet you said my best conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And
I
if you look at all the the renowned astrophysicists in the world, you know the math, when you ask these guys, is there life beyond the planet Earth, they'll tell you the math says unequivocally, absolutely, there's got to be. But then you've got the Fermi paradox, and basically the Fermi paradox says, well, if all the math says they're out there, well, where the fuck is everybody?
right. They're hiding, just like the
Right.
drone ship.
So, I'm I'm going to go with the numbers and say I think the drones are extraterrestrial presence
Mm.
making contact. If our
I'm gonna.
government doesn't have it, Well, for starters, if our government doesn't have it, I seriously doubt that Iranians have it.
Well,
Not that I'm
they
saying the
say it might have come
Iranians are
from
dumb,
China.
but
They say China might have given them to the Iranians or whatever. They've
did they
there's
give them
some talk it
pilots to
might have been.
fly the damn things too? I mean,
They even said that it might be Chinese. Period. Just might be straight up China doing it to flex or
okay,
something.
so then we're back to the original, Chinese weather balloon 2.0.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to a total different conspiracy, and this is what it's kind of something I've talked about before, and I don't know if I talked to you about
The
this offline, but if
Canadians
I
are
did,
invading.
no, this is about Trump. This is
Oh,
about the deep state Trump.
oh,
Well,
jeez.
say what you want. Just hear me out, though. Hear me out. I remember I told you earlier.
Wait. I
What?
need you to take the Trump junk out of your mouth so it doesn't sound so garbled when you talk.
All
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
So this is well, it's not really like look, you can talk all you want about Trump, but really what it's about the deep state. Trump just happens to be the device in their way. So whether it's Trump or JD Vance next time or whoever it might be, Trump is what's in their way. So they know that Trump is being the friction between their success. He's basically, he's got to go. They cannot let Trump get to the point where he can uncover all this stuff, expose them, and just call them out. All the P Diddy lists and all the Epstein lists and all this stuff.
See, and
You
okay,
gonna go listen to
go
my
ahead. No,
theory?
no, yeah, no,
So,
no, no.
so
I'm going to save my rebuttal. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yes. So my thought before was, regardless, I'm just setting the point. They have to get Trump out. So I don't know if you remember me talking about it. Their first attack was to get the crazies riled up and try to assassinate Trump, which we've seen, right? We've seen that. So the second attack is the plausible deniability from Ukraine. So what I'm thinking is this is part of phase two, since the crazies didn't get Trump. Now they're setting up the stage. Oh my God, what are these drones? Oh, they must be Ukrainian. Oh my God, wouldn't it be crazy if one of them dropped something where, our incoming president was? And that's what I think they're setting us up for. So that there's going to be some sort of attack and they can blame Ukraine or China. And if this doesn't work, they're straight just going to mob this dude and try to take him out before they get exposed and they lose all their power. You can rebut that all you want, but that is my conspiracy I think is happening.
Okay. Point. Counterpoint. Okay. I again, I think we've had this conversation enough times offline. I think you give Donald Trump way more credit than he has rightfully deserved. But
Well, let me counter that.
in order for me, hang on a sec.
All right.
In order for me to really find any basis for your deep state thing, like here's the thing, okay? If the quote unquote deep state, the true operators underneath everything, the ones that pull all the strings, blah 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 blah, right? If they really wanted this man dead, he would be Jeffrey Epstein. He would be John F. Kennedy. Okay, that wouldn't have been a 19-year-old moron on top of that shipping container. It would have been a professional who knew what the fuck he was doing, made his shot, and left that kid there to take the fall, like they did on the grassy knoll in Dallas.
Hello.
Okay?
That's my point. Is they haven't gotten to that stage yet.
Okay, so but
They,
that's what
they
I'm
were
saying, though.
hoping they didn't
There's
have to
no
get to that
progression.
stage.
Okay, if you're that deep state, if you're that powerful, if you're moving the tides with your whims and blah blah blah, you don't take chances, you don't try things, you just fucking do them.
No, you need plausible deniability
No,
because
you
just like you
don't.
said,
Who is the deep
we talked
state?
about the pardons. If you pardon, you know you're guilty of something. These people need plausible deniability. We've went into countries and we've taken them down and we've tried to blame other countries for it. We don't want to be associated with that. The deep
Because
state
those
doesn't want to
people
be
aren't
associated with
deep
it.
state. Those are people who want to be deep state.
But I'm telling you, you're still in the phases of this. If what you're saying is true, you're right. And JFK found out, but they didn't need to get to stage 3 because they found a dummy to do it and a way to disconnect themselves. But as you may find out if Trump gets in, that we had something to do with it the whole time. But they were able to cover that. And that's my point. My point is they're not going to just outright do it. They need a way out. They need something the population will believe
But
so they don't
again,
turn
they
on them.
had that.
How?
They had the more. What was that guy on? He was on a little
Yeah,
building
it
or a
didn't
shipping
work
container or whatever. No, no,
because
no.
Trump looked this way.
But again, you're talking about an attempt. Okay, people with that kind of power and ability, they don't try things, they just do them. They would have had that guy up there like he was ready to take that shot, and then a mile down the road with a real rifle and a real spotter, they would have had a real shooter to take a real shot that came from the direction trajectory of this gentleman on the Patsy, and
Yeah, I
that
don't
guy
know,
would
man.
have gone down, and that bullet would have gone through his head instead of his fucking
I
ear.
I know you're a history buff and you're thinking Hitler. You're not thinking mobster. I mean, these mob guys don't go to prison for a reason because they disconnect themselves from all the murders they do.
Exactly.
So
But
that's what the
again,
government
you
deep
know,
state is. It's just one big mafia. They're trying to disconnect themselves. So first, if they can rile
Al
up the people,
Capone didn't try to kill people. He
right?
just did.
No, he never did.
Well, exactly. But
He never killed anyone.
his
Yes.
organization didn't
So,
try. When they wanted someone dead,
oh
they were
no, no, no.
fucking dead.
Oh no, no, no. They'll go to a crackhead before they'll try to kill him themselves. They will have a crackhead killed because they're way disconnected from that. A drug deal gone bad, way disconnected from that. They'll go to a local drug dealer before they bring themselves in because the more of them that can be put into the crime, the more you take away from them. Obviously, you're not going to get to Capone. I'm telling you, we've been trying to infiltrate these groups for a long time. That's why he's been able to escape so long because of the plausible deniability. He can get the lowest level guy to do the dirty work, they'll do it. Pay him a couple $100, nobody's going to trace that. And he's going to go out and do, oh, yeah, just hey, this guy's going to hand this, go kill this guy. Oh, okay, I'll give you all the crack you need. Okay, that's the level they're at. They're not at the organization doing it yet. That's what this is. They're setting up for a foreign entity to take the fall, and maybe we'll even go to war with them for attempting to suicide. That's what they're doing. I don't think
Well,
we're at the
we
point
never
where they're
went to
doing it
war
yet.
with the USSR, and they were the ones that really killed Kennedy.
Right. Of course they were. But I wanted to address another point to you. You said in the beginning, this is my counterpoint. You said, I am giving this one man too much power or credit, right? Something like that, right? I'm not the one doing it, dude. 8 years, everyone, the media, politicians, 8 years, everyone's tried so hard to make this guy go away. If he was a liar and no threat, they would have ignored him and he would have gone away. I'm not giving him that power. They have. The
Okay.
enemy has.
Okay. Let me. Okay. He had 4 years of the presidency. He
Yeah.
made all these grandiose. How much of the swamp got drained in his first 4 years? Because it
Well,
still looks pretty fucking wet up there to
I
me.
yeah, but I think you're dude, if I were to put you into Microsoft and say, "Hey, you're in charge of Microsoft." You're going to walk into Microsoft and revamp the whole place, right?
Like Elon Musk did to Twitter. Exactly.
Well, right, but Elon Musk still didn't finish the job on day one.
No, but he's had it for 4 years, and it's a different fucking world.
Yeah, and it took him 4 years probably to do it, right?
Yeah, and
But
Trump
day
had four
one, he still
years.
has managers working for him, right? Day one, he still has to figure out what his assets are, who's on his side.
But we're
Day
not
one.
talking about day one. We're talking about a man that had 4 years at the helm.
Yeah, for what though? I mean, what was he going to do in 4 years against the deep state with half of the people
Okay,
in
so
his
what's he
own
going to do?
organization trying to take him out? Half of the people in his
Okay,
own
so if
cabinet.
so, you're saying that in 4 years he was able to accomplish Dick. So
I didn't say
he's
that. I
going
didn't say
to
nothing.
accomplish what, a Vienna sausage with the next four? I
I
mean,
didn't say nothing. I didn't know. No, I didn't say he wasn't able to come. What he accomplished was exposing these people. He put them in the public eye.
no. But what did that accomplish? Okay, everybody knew even before Donald Trump was ever president that Nancy Pelosi was a crooked piece of shit. Everybody knew before Donald Trump ever took president that Elizabeth Warren was a crooked piece of shit. That
Right.
Mitch McConnell's a crooked piece of shit. That Joe Biden was
And
a
that's
crooked
how
piece
you
of
got
shit. Okay,
Twitter or
but
X. That's how you got all these people now starting to come on his side because he's exposed it. I don't know what you
we all
expected
knew
him to
that before
do,
he got prompt.
but he's gaining support. The world, the country's not going to change because of a couple rich people. The country's going to change because of you, me, and other people. We are the ones that are going to change the country, not just a few handful. You know what I mean? But the people are going to change the country. And I think this country has come a long way. You can call it division, but I call it people waking the hell up. Before, we were all content as long as we got our little stimmy check and all this stuff. We were all content. But now people are seeing how much distrust there is in the government and the media. He did that.
No, he didn't. People have
Well,
been seeing the
okay.
distrust and the governments
But
since
they did nothing about it.
Watergate,
They
since
did nothing.
Vietnam.
They
Like,
did nothing about it. Now,
and
now this
and my
alternative
whole
media is
point
blowing
is
up.
what is he doing about it?
Well, he created his own media site. That's what he did. He's got the size of Elon Musk, who's an alternative media. I mean, he's going against the powers that be. I like, look, dude, I'm not saying this dude's God. I don't even think he's capable of taking out the deep state. But he started the train. He put coal in the engine. It's up to
Okay,
us.
okay, all right,
It's
all
up
right.
to
I'll give you
us
that.
to
I'll
do the
give you
job.
that.
We're the ones that have to
I
vote these
still
people
think the
out.
swamp is pretty fucking wet, though.
Well,
I mean,
because it's so deep and it's so big.
it's like you remember, Artax, the horse sinking in the swamp of despair. Like, that's what you don't remember
Look,
watching that movie when you were
I
a kid?
understand. No, I don't know the reference, but
Okay.
I'm just going to default and go to the. I understand
Somebody
the.
out there, please put a link in the comments for the YouTube thing in there, because somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. You remember the sad scene of Artax, sinking into the swamp. Somebody in their childhood remembers this movie. Please put a link in the comments section for Jim so he can go and
Okay, I mean, you
educate
already put the
himself.
image in my
Like,
head, so we could imagine. But the point I want to make is I didn't expect him to drain the swamp,
but
but
that's
he
what he said he was
started the
going to do.
process. He started the process, and I think other people have to step up and finish it. That's how all of this works.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'll buy that for $1. I mean, George Washington said he was going to make a country, and he did it.
Right, but he didn't do it. He started it.
No,
But
he
there were a
did
whole
it.
bunch of men that came after him that actually made that country happen. Right?
I mean, yeah, yeah.
That's my point. Is it's always takes one person to stick their neck out there, and I believe that Trump's done that. And what he's managed to do now, he's
Okay,
starting to
yeah,
bring
that's fair.
people
I'll
in.
give you that. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is like I don't even think any president in 8 years can drain the swamp. We have to start voting these people out. We have to start, from the ground level, stop putting idiots in politician positions. Like we have to stop doing that. And
Well,
I'm
a
telling you,
career
in
in
my local
politics only
elections, we haven't
attracts
stopped.
idiots.
Huh?
A career in politics only attracts idiots.
Exactly. So we need to stop electing people who want to be in this politics and start having people step up who need to be in and get the hell out when they do what they need to do. Like that's what we need. We need to do the work. He started it. He's exposed it. He's pulled the curtain on the wizard, and now if we don't do anything, it's going to be a new wizard in there tomorrow. It's just that simple. Like it's going to continue until we do something. And I'm not condoning any violence because I don't think that's really the answer, but we need to start putting serious people in politics. We need to stop believing the lies. We need to start shaming these people who are doing wrong, and we need to start putting them through the judicial system who's stealing your money. We need to do that. But we probably don't have enough people willing to do that, or the people that are on the bottom level probably just want to be on the top, so all they're going to do is overthrow them and take their spot. Because that's probably what we're full of, is a bunch of people like that.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying I don't even think it's possible for him to drain the swamp, but I do value his efforts because he's shined the light on a lot of things that I think people didn't see before. the level of corruption. I think people knew the government was corrupt. I think people couldn't trust the government, but now people look the vaccine thing. You've turned people completely the opposite side. They don't trust anything now because that's how much they distrust the government because what they've seen. And we're not talking about a vax thing. We're not getting into another subject. I mean, we could do a whole nother subject, but it's already been almost 30 minutes on this one. So we may have to, we may have to drone on out of here or whatever we need to do and come back,
Nice.
see what we can do. Yeah, I don't
That
think
was
that was a good
primo
segue,
shit,
but
man. That was primo.
I don't
That
think so. I
was
think you
no,
sound like
that
you're
was,
high, dude.
no. That was look. That was probably somewhere in your top 5 greatest segues ever.
Dude, I used a noun as a verb that did not even make sense.
Oh, sure. People do that all. Assault rifle. People
Ooh, yeah,
use that.
well,
Yeah. Hey, there you
good
go.
point. But I am not that
Yeah.
people. So
That's
thank
the.
you for joining me. Great conversation. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. Get the comments on. Christine, Johnny, we appreciate you as
And
well.
please, somebody find that video
Yeah,
clip of
find that
Artex
horse thing,
and
whatever
please
he is talking about.
educate his ignorant ass.
He's infatuated by horses sinking. Um, anyways, until then, Godspeed.
And pull my finger.
Boom. Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.